Yeah, hold up. Listen, yo. Yo, what up? A lot of times, so yeah, we at the Win. It's not that I'm different, just Winfield. This is where a lot of shows went down. You know what I'm saying? This is where Study B, Cool C, of course, Will Smith lived around the corner. A lot of West Philly hip-hop shows were right here. And you had cats coming from the bottom, cats coming from all over Philly, showing these places. And this is sacred ground. A whole lot of hip-hop shows went down over here. You know what I'm saying? The Win is so many stories that could be told right here on this ground that we walk on. Cats came right here to the front door. It's a Win Senior Center now, but this was a hip-hop mecca for Study B, Cool C, Bobby Dance. He did shows here. Remember I said Bobby Dance was a dancer. That's where you get the name. Hip-hop cabarets. Even before that, there was a lot of cabarets and stuff here. Our parents was coming here prior to hip-hop. So a lot of these places were these sacred grounds of people that came here. Who knows how many other famous people? But I'm talking about Philly hip-hop this is a place where they came. Study B, Cool C against, Schoolie D, Winfield. Like I said, this is, again, I keep repeating these things because you got to understand that if we were in Egypt and you see the pyramids, these are our pyramids. Look at that. See the Win? And the building, I think the building is the same, but it got redone. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of shows went down right here. And I know it's a lot of new rappers now, today in Philly, and a lot of them probably come from this neighborhood. But just around the corner, Will Smith. Philly is deep, and these were the spaces and places that we came to represent our hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things has happened in these shows. You even heard one of my friends, he was with Malik B in one of the joints. He talked about how they came from the bottom, and when they came from the bottom, they got chased by Winfield niggas. They got chased by it. So when people say Will Smith, oh, he wasn't tough, he wasn't hard, he was, because he had to go to all these different places to battle. He had to go to the down the bottom and house parties. Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff and what's the other boy? What's the human Lindrum boy? What's his name? I forget. But Ready Rock C and all these different guys. Philly was a major hip-hop ground where you not just battling rhymes, you might have to battle them cats at the show, or you going into a neighborhood that got chicks and they don't want you talking to their chicks. You dealing with all that as an MC. So Will Smith went to all these different places while battling. Study B. Who else? Who's some other West Philly cats? Breeze, MC Breeze. He come from down my way. Who? Malika Love. Where's what's her name? Sweet what's her name? What's the chick? What's the girl name? I forget. But Malika Love. So let's get back to the 90s. The mid-90s, by the mid-90s come. Now, what's the Win? It was closed down by that time, right? Yeah, it was closed at that time. So we making our way as underground hip-hop MCs. So now we're putting out our own vinyl. Beanie Siegel, I think he was with Black Friday and with a guy named Sadiq. And Black Friday was a label, a production team that is the ones that put Beans in his place to be around Jay-Z and all that. Because remember, Beans always say he wasn't doing the circuit like we was doing. But some people just got that gift. And Beanie Siegel was one of them guys that he didn't go through all the trials and tribulations. Because when you gift it, you just gift it. Even me, I wanted to be down. I was going through all the trials and tribulations as Haak Blast. But some people just got it. Oskino, Emilio Sparks, they just had it. So I'm not saying that we're instead of it. I'm just showing you where these grounds come from prior to them being stars. So it's a whole history right here in West Philly alone. We ain't even get to North Philly yet. We didn't even get to Southwest Philly yet. But this is one of the major sacred places that your Study B's, Cool C's, MC Breeze, Malika Love, Schoolie D's, all them. Oh, I can't forget 3 Times Dope. Like, man, you know what I mean? 3 Times Dope, all those cats. These are sacred grounds. Peace. Man, we gotta go to Schoolie D's area. Here we are actually on, we're on 52nd and Parkside. We right here on 52nd and Parkside Avenue. And this is what Schoolie D was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We on 52nd and Parkside. Again, when you hear with gangster lyrics and gangster rhymes started, it's always with Schoolie D. You hear Ice-T talking about Schoolie D and how he listened to PSK, and then he wrote, what's the joint he wrote? 6 in the morning. The same cadence that he had came from Schoolie D, right? 52nd and Parkside. PSK, what the hell does that mean? People always say, what the hell does that mean? Right? That's when you see Parkside Avenue, 52nd Street. We in West Philly. Again, on this block, I'm not going to Schoolie's house. I'm not doing all that. But on this block, this area is where PSK was discussed. PSK, not discussed. That's not the word I want to use. But this is the area he's talking about. 52nd Street. You look down there. 52nd Street. The 52 bus runs up in here. Fairmount Park is right over there. The Man Music Center. And this is Schoolie D's area. So if you was to take us back 1,000, let's say 1,000 years in the future, and you was to dig up this video, or you was to dig up Schoolie D's record, this is what you would see. This is where these type of pharaohs and kings of hip-hop in West Philly, right here, 52nd Street, Parkside. So then when you get a cat like me coming up in 96, I saw this. I saw Schoolie D's record. When you have groups like Tainted Mindz, they are part of these same people that blew up in this area. Tainted Mindz, the reason I speak on them is because they're a West Philly group that had affiliations with Cool C and Study B. They put out vinyl, which is All in the Flip and Killer Delph Records. So these are records you got to go on YouTube and listen to. We are the young boys of them. So then after that, you see the young boys of us, which is the Beanie Seagulls, Emilio Sparks, PD Crack, and journalists, and now Meek Mill, and all. They come from that. So they the young boys of them. When you see what's the name's group? Major Figures. Those were young boys coming up too. 98, I think Beans was coming out with his stuff. But remember, Beans went straight to Rockefeller Records, and a lot of his vinyl was on Rockefeller in 2001. And he's coming of age, and he's a beast in the game. But in the 90s, we became independent because we knew that New York wasn't giving us record deals all like that. So they were looking at Philly. They knew how deep we were, but in 96 we had to push our own labels and push our own joint. And this is the things we were doing. If you ever know Last Emperor is from West Philly. Also Rashid and Ill-Advised, they from West Philly. Melee Sparks, he went to Germany, and they put out their joint, what was it called, 1986, where they used Cool C's, what song did they use when it was like, what's that song they used? I think it's when they did the Juice Crew diss. they sampled that in 96 and they called it 1986. So West Philly groups again, MC Breeze, Parkside Killers, PSK. Alright?
Yeah.
So remember, Philly is deep, man. So you gotta see these places and spaces. Alright?
Yo, what up? A lot of times it seems that I'm optimistic. It's not that I'm different, just wanna be around things and show that it's terrific. Listen, when I was young, I used to be the only loser. Wanna be around boys that tripped off fun like I did. Judge them, shoot, I ain't wanna get slid. We was all kids. 42nd and Ogden, that's where I live. Fresh Prince was on top, where the moms and pops had good jobs and shop for good clothes. West Philly bad joints probably was hoes. I don't know. I just said, how you doing? Can I talk you for a second? My boys is vexing. She like, you got a pen? I keep my weapon. I shut them all up. I called her up. She interjects. I get respect, cause I walk by a gang of boys. In LA, y'all call them sex. I put a hickey on her neck. Got a grind. Her pop showed up and whipped her behind. Damn, when she cried, she looked fine. The 80s was amazing. People was getting stabbed cause their windmills were crazy. Crazy. That's West Philly in the 80s, boy. Get a history lesson for your baby boys. That's West Philly in the 80s, boy. Get a history lesson for your baby boys. Baby boy. Free throw, 3 points off the backboard. Yeah, boy, next punch we coming like Teeks and Moses. I told ya who got next. My man came with 3 red caps in the palm of his hand. I guess he got a master plan. He want me to execute it. His reasoning, Haak, you're likable and jovial. But my pop educated me and said, black boys get emotional. This is colonial. So I told him, no, I ain't gonna roll. He got a little upset, but he said, that's cool, cause I expect you to be just who you are. You a damn star. When he left off, then he got popped in his neck a few years ago from a man that we all know. Oh, that's West Philly in the 80s, boy. Get a history lesson for your baby boys. That's West Philly in the 80s, boy. Get a history lesson for your baby boys. Baby boy.